Alright guys, that was the worst, I just checked them. Alright, that was the worst, steepest, scariest part of our trip. That's right.
We gotta go back up.
Nope, that was the worst, steepest, scariest. I got a little bit too much of a cowboy imagination, I think. The only thing I've ever been able to see up here to Seals Castle is them 3 long neck bottles over there to the left. I don't have any problems finding them.
Hey, Bo, you weren't named after Obama's storm, were you?
No, sir. Found here in Bryce to be in the ups of 15 to 1600 years old.
Wow.
Now out in the White Mountains up in Northern California, these bristlecone pines are found to be over 5,000 years old. Up on Powell Point, over west of the little town of Hatch, up on my family's ranch, we found them over there to be well over 3,000 years old. They're pretty tough old trees. Is everybody still doing all right?
Yep. Here's the stick.
For a wrongdoing. They deem this a haunted place. Indians would never come into Bryce Canyon. They felt as though if they did, they'd be turned to stone like the ancient ones had. That's where we get the word hoodoo from. That's what it means. Man standing in stone. Now it is a very strong belief they have. I actually have a Navajo medicine man that herds cattle for me in the wintertime. Still to this day, old Ben still won't come to this canyon for fear his medicine powers will be taken away. It's a very strong belief they had. That's why you don't find any Indian artifacts here in Bryce Canyon. Really watch your hats up here on this next part of the trail, folks. Take a big deep breath before you get up here where I'm at, because it's about to be taken away. It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Like all
Yep. I am right now.
Yes, I am. What do you think of my office?
Pretty great.
Alright folks, we stand right here. You can look up here at the rim of the canyon. You can follow it around to where these big tall pine trees stop over here. You can see a couple people standing underneath that last tree there.
Yep.
That is Sunset Viewpoint. The lodge is found directly back behind there. It kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of where we're at. We've seen some hikers right back up here. They were hiking a little trail known as the Queen's Garden Trail. It runs off of Sunrise Point where we left off. It comes, they say, resembles Queen Victoria of England. Doesn't always work like it's. Pinyon pines have short, little needles. Ponderosas have the big long needles that grow in clumps of trees. Now this bushy tree you're sitting underneath back here, that's a western red cedar. Okay, now the cedar tree belongs to the same family as the juniper tree. That's these little smaller bushy trees like this one right here. Both of these trees will grow a little blue berry on them in the summer months, rather than the pine-coated nut like the pinyon tree. Does anybody know what that berry's used for?
So,
That's how they make gin. You ever had a taste? You ever had a taste of gin? That's why it tasted like you were. The lowest point of the park is just over 6,600 feet. Just further out to the south and over to the east, out by a place called Yellow Creek, and it's just over 6,600 feet. Most of the floor of Bryce Canyon's around 7,000. The rim where we dropped off was 8,000. The highest point is over 9,000 feet up to Rainbow Point. Is everybody still doing all right?
yep.
Anybody have any more questions?
Yeah, the hoodoos that don't have the whitish color at the top, is dolomite always a light color, or is it also sometimes iron oxide?
Well, the white and the little draws here in this canyon keep them hidden from the law and the local ranchers. There was no way out of this canyon to the top back then. So it was a real good hiding place. You could just keep one or two guys up in here to keep control on a big herd of cattle. So you guys are riding through some of the same country that one of history's most famous outlaws once rode through. There's a lot of history in these parts with old Butch Cassidy. Here. Now we have had fires up on top, up on the rim of the canyon, and a lot of the surrounding forests of this park. He'd go out and he'd find him a big tall ponderosa like that he liked the top on. He'd cut it over and take the top 12 feet to the Christmas tree and make us go back and get the rest for firewood. Well, they're not supposed to, but they get a little nibble every now and then. Morning Rock. Monday Morning Rock gets its name because it's got a great big hangover just like us cowboys on Monday morning.
Oh, this is cool.
I've known a few old cowboys like old Dinky himself. You could probably call that every morning rock. Going to the chiropractor, huh? I get if you go to a chiropractor, you're ready with my end. I go, I can punch you. I went to the chiropractor, put my back in the spot. How'd you like Binky Hollow?
Beautiful.
great.
All of it's so
Pretty neat, isn't it? Well, any of you recognize where we're at?
Yes.
Where?
Hangover.
Are we at that cutoff?
I mean, this
Bryce Canyon.
Oh, we're holding the stick
We're
up.
back
Stick.
there to
the
Falling
stick.
Rock.
Falling Rock, that's right. The stick's here.
We came down and headed out that back to the corral. Any of you from a big city? Look up there. That's what's. You look up there at nighttime and there's stars.
We were out last night. We saw Saturn.
Yeah, it's out right now.
I know, I haven't seen the moon. The moon out of phase right now because I can't
Trailer, just relax. We'll let old Priscilla getting caught off right there. Souvenir. That's so that for the next week to 10 days, every time you sit down, you'll remember Bryce Canyon.
see, that'll be a pretty cool trip, huh? Going out to the point.
Yeah.
Let's go on to 11,000 feet. Probably off.
Oh, you don't need all. I got horses up there, cows there.
Whoa, you go up there.
Pretty calm there. Well, you got to kind of get up into some of the higher elevations, but if you take Highway 12 over towards Capitol Reef in the fall, it's a beautiful drive. A lot of quaking aspen there, leaves turn all different colors. Whoa, Netta. Well, folks, you guys have all but survived the wild and untamed Bryce Canyon. And here we are, back to Perfume Point.
Your horse has more gas.
What?
Awful lot of country out there, isn't there?